out here that's just outside the Oregon district. So a lot of activity here. It's here that I'm told they've been interviewing witnesses all night. And as you heard from the eyewitness, Anthony Reynolds, there were hundreds of people. So a lot of people to talk to. And I actually asked him, have you spoken to police yet? And he had not. And he said that the guy's dead. Well, there's so much that police will be pouring through over the next 24, 48 hours and beyond in terms of mindset and all sorts of things that will be part of this investigation. And of course, finding out, did anybody know this was going to happen, and those sorts of things. Behind me here, you see some crime scene tape here. That's one of the outer perimeter tapes. And then beyond that, you're looking down into the main street here of the Oregon district where all of this took place. And if we can zoom in, Dwayne Slavey is the photographer out here working with me, and he's going to try to give you the shot. He's off the tripod, so it'll be a little shaky for you. But there's another piece of crime scene tape. That is the inside perimeter of what what they're looking at, and that's close to where our Craig Cheatham is, the bar that eyewitness Anthony Reynolds said he was outside, and that's primarily where all of this took place. And so outside here where I am, you have actually, Dwayne, let's swing it around. Heavy rescue. This is yet another perimeter of the scene. And another fire truck. And they have all of this service personnel, and you have to imagine hundreds at this point, because you're going to have all of Dayton police out here that can be. You're going to have visiting law enforcement from other jurisdictions coming in to help. You'll have the FBI out here and so forth, because it's the nature of how these things work and hand in hand. But throughout the morning, we'll be getting updates from the command center here. Most of the witnesses have been talked to at this point, and they'll be going through that information and probably briefing us here in the next couple of hours on more information that we've learned. We also know, unfortunately, from covering many of these shootings, when they happen, they're going to go to the home of the shooter. They're going to go to the relatives of the shooter. They're going to go and talk to the neighbors and try to get into the head of the person that was compelled to do this in the early morning hours here in the Oregon district of downtown Dayton. Tamika?
All right, Julie, thank you so much. And again, these are just some of the first images that we had into our newsroom. We've been covering this all morning long for you. You can see that heavy police presence there, police just everywhere. They had that entire area blocked off and warning people literally online, on social media, not to come into the Oregon district area because there was just so much happening at that time. So let's fast forward now, talk to Jasmine Miner. We have been getting lots of new information. I know that you were at a press conference. The mayor was there, the police chief was there, the fire chief was there, Jasmine, talking about some of the very latest information on this shooting, and the numbers of the victims has even changed since we came to you on air a couple of hours ago. Jasmine, good morning.
Good morning, Tamika. Well, officially confirmed from police and Mayor Nan Whaley, who gave a press conference maybe about an hour and a half ago, 9 victims were killed, 10 total fatalities. That last person was the shooter that we're told police was the one who took that person out. And all the things you are seeing down at the scene where Julie O'Neill and Craig Cheatham are at, that's going to come out here at this convention center, where we're going to find out exactly how this investigation is going. We're expected to get an update, maybe, hopefully, in the next hour to see if we have any, or they have learned any new information. But real quickly, I know you guys have been seeing this image of a pile of shoes over at the scene, which is about 3 blocks away from the convention center there in the Oregon district on 5th Street. When you think about that, some of those shoes might have belonged to the victims of these cases, and the families of those victims came here at the convention center. There are probably a few of them still here, and the reason they came is because they needed to get that official confirmation of whether their loved one or their friend survived Saturday night and what all went down just a couple of hours ago, really. And that is really just the devastation that you see here in this community. You hear the crying, the screaming, the hollering in pain, the pounding on cars. It's written on everyone's faces, including the mayor herself. And I'm actually going to give you a listen to what she had to say earlier.
Dayton has been through a lot already this year. And I continue to be amazed by the grit and resiliency of our community. certainly this is a day that will be filled with prayer for our citizens, prayer for the families and friends, and prayer for our community.
Now, Mayor Whaley told us that she has gotten calls from not just leaders around Dayton or even the state of Ohio, but she's gotten calls from city leaders across the nation, all telling her we've been there before as well. And I actually asked her, how do you lead people? How do you lead a city? What do you say? And she said, I don't think there is anything I can say to help them through this. The only thing I can do is do my job as best as I can, help the healing in the process. I actually ran into a crisis counselor who was here on the scene, and when he spoke to us, he said, I've never seen anything like this before. So for many first responders, police officers, counselors, the mayor, the victims of these family members of these victims, everyone is sort of just trying to figure out how to grasp and get a hold of what just transpired over the last 12 hours. I'll take it back to you, Tamika.
Jasmine, thank you so much. And to hear an emergency worker say that they've never seen anything like this before, that just gives you some idea of the perspective of this tragedy and just how devastating this truly is. And just a few moments ago, President Trump tweeted about the Dayton shooting, saying, quote, the FBI, local and state law enforcement are working together in El Paso and in Dayton, Ohio. Information is rapidly being accumulated in Dayton. Much has already been learned in El Paso. Law enforcement was very rapid in both instances. Updates will be given throughout the day. God bless the people of El Paso, Texas. God bless the people of Dayton, Ohio. And Ohio Governor Mike DeWine, who is from the Dayton area, issued the following statement saying, quote, Fran and I are absolutely heartbroken over this horrible attack that occurred this morning in Dayton. We join those across Ohio and this country in offering our prayers to the victims and their families. I've spoken with Mayor Nan Whaley and offered any assistance on behalf of the state. I have been briefed by the Ohio Department of Public Safety and the Ohio State Highway Patrol. He says has offered assistance to local law enforcement as they investigate this heinous act. He goes on to commend the Dayton police and first responders for their bravery and their quick response to save lives in light of this tragedy. Well, you know, there is a family assistance center set up at the convention center for anyone looking for information about a loved one who was in the Oregon district overnight, and there is a phone number too. And here is that contact information. We're going to show it to you on your screen right now, coming from their Twitter page. There it is. That is the number that they want you to call if you believe you may have had a loved one that was at the convention center. That number 937-333-8430. All right, we're going to be continuing to follow this story for you throughout the morning, staying on air with an extended coverage and updating you minute by minute online at WCPO.com. All right, again, we are staying on top of this tragedy. 9 people killed in this tragedy that happened in Dayton, Ohio at a popular entertainment district club. The gunman is also dead. We'll be right back after the break.
All your Bachelor Nation favorites are back in paradise. ABC News, straightforward. ABC News, straightforward. This is what being live is all about.
I can see pushing through.
This is ABC News
Entire
Live.
neighborhoods are underwater.
The 24/7 streaming news source from ABC News.
Here goes.
Imagine breaking news, live events as they happen, streaming live, non-stop, straight to you. Imagine instant, incredible access to the most compelling live video.
That's a grenade.
Original, on the edge, breakthrough storytelling from ABC News, National Geographic, ESPN, all the most innovative storytellers, all designed differently for you to stream straight to any screen whenever you want, free. And imagine the most celebrated, epic live events and moments, all playing out right before your eyes.
See those flames behind me?
Go
We're
there
trying
now.
to put this fire out right
With
now.
ABC News Live. Think of it as your live streaming adrenaline rush.
Just look at all of the smoke here.
Real, raw,
Welcome to the
live.
Columbus Zoo.
No matter where the next step takes us, we're taking it.
Wow. That's what first responders were worried about.
And go deeper inside the groundbreaking exclusives from the campaign trail only ABC News gets. Behind the scenes, exclusive access.
Take you inside for an extraordinary tour here on ABC News Live. This is it.
It's time to go there, be there, experience it, live on the scene. Maybe that's why, in just 1 year, ABC News Live is already America's #1 live streaming news. And imagine this, it's free.
Wow.
Watch ABC News Live right now and anytime, streaming on Roku, Hulu, Facebook, and abcnews.com. It's that easy to go there. ABC News Live.
Top of this morning's breaking news out of Dayton, Ohio, where a mass shooting has taken place in the city's Oregon neighborhood, leaving 10 people dead, including the gunman, 26 people injured. And the very latest on this unfolding tragedy we have with team coverage throughout the morning. 9 News Side's Craig Cheatham just arrived in Dayton a little while ago, and he joins us now to tell us what he has learned. Good morning to you, Craig.
Good morning, Tamika. This is Ned Pepper's Bar, a very popular spot here in the Oregon Historic District. Now, on the other side of the building is where the shooting apparently started. We have seen some drone video, drones back flying overhead right now, which indicates that there were at least 70 police markers placed on the sidewalk and the street right in front of Ned Pepper's. As we explained earlier, the police markers are usually put in a spot where officers believe there's a key piece of evidence. In many cases, it's a shell casing. In some cases, it could be other types of evidence, perhaps even blood splatter. But one of the things that they've clearly tried to do in front of Ned Pepper's is to create an image and a direction of the shooting, where it started, where the shooter went, and what type of an area the shooter covered. All those 70 markers that we identified on that video are within about a 30-yard distance. So a lot of shots fired in a very short period of time, in a very short distance. One of the reasons why the gunman was able to shoot and kill 9 people and wound 26 in less than 60 seconds before the uniformed police officers on the scene took him out. Tamika, back to you.
All right, Craig, thank you so much for that, and we will continue to get back to you and with very latest information. We'll get back to you here in just a little bit, but in the meantime, you know, we've been hearing from officials who've been sending their condolences. Governor DeWine, he issued a statement a little while ago. Now we're hearing from Cincinnati Mayor John Cranley. He has just commented as well in a post. He says, quote, "Dina and I send our love to the people of Dayton and our close friend, Nan Whaley. Her grace under pressure will help Dayton heal. Today is a reminder that there is evil in the world, but there is also good, and it starts with the Dayton police, who stopped the shooter within 1 minute." All right, stay with 9 on your side. We will have more on this developing story right now, a mass shooting in Dayton, Ohio, when we get back from the break. 9:18 is the time. You're watching Good Morning Tri-State.
ABC News, straightforward.
First they think you're crazy, then they fight you, and then you change the world.
If she had made this work, she would have been the next Steve Jobs.
It's the stunning documentary millions and millions watched. Now see for yourself what everyone is talking about. The Dropout, now on Hulu.
As we fly over ground zero.
Almost every home here has sustained damage. Everything has just been wiped out. Glad you're okay.
Oh, thank you.
You could hear the gunfire just around this wall. So this is one of those checks. Around the corner here are the children. What's your name? Back on the job.
Back in the job.
Help build my country back.
How are you?
How you doing?
Good to see you.
ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast.
President Trump threatens new tariffs in the trade war with China. But will Americans pay the biggest price? Today, the White House Chief of Staff faces the tough questions, and Al Gore weighs in on 2020 and impeachment, plus the Powerhouse Roundtable. Today on ABC's This Week with George. Monday, the calls for impeachment. A majority of House Democrats are on board. How will Speaker Pelosi respond? Plus, what you could be paying more for after the new China tariffs take effect. World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my God.
Oh my God. We're back with an all-new season of What Would You Do? And Friday on the summer premiere, nothing's more personal for Dancing with the Stars and top model winner Niall DeMarco than this.
Would you like to go in and play the actor yourself?
Yeah. Huh? What are you saying to me right now?
Stop. He can't hear you.
I'm not playing charades with you. What else do you want?
Get somebody else to serve him.
This is taking up way too much time. Just go somewhere else where they understand you.
You don't treat people that way.
It was my son. I'd kick you in the...
And what happens next?
This young man is Niall. He's interpreting for Niall.
I absolutely love everything about your attitude today and your approach. I mean, my faith in humanity has been completely restored.
If it's jaw-dropping,
It's What Would You Do?
Friday on the summer premiere of What Would You Do at 9/8 Central on ABC.
We march together.
The most powerful stories of our time, anytime. Nightline.
In times like these, the news-making events happen here. ABC News.
President Trump meeting face-to-face with one of the world's most brutal dictators, Kim Jong-un.
The president.
You trust him?
I do trust him, yeah. I think he trusts me, and I trust him.
Ivanka Trump.
I have to ask you about your emails. Your father had taken Hillary Clinton to task for this.
There just is no equivalency.
So the idea of lock her up doesn't apply to you?
No.
Comey.
How strange is it for you to sit here and compare the president to a mob boss?
Very strange.
Michelle Obama.
What do you wish you could tell your pre-White House self?
Melania Trump.
Do you think there's still people there that he can't trust?
Yes.
Still working now?
Yes.
Michael Cohen.
So he's still lying.
Yes.
It's a big statement.
And now, in a year with so much on the line, we're right there.
Good evening tonight from Washington. A very busy news night.
America's #1 news source, ABC News, straightforward.
This is what being live is all about.
I can see pushing through.
This is ABC News
Entire
Live.
neighborhoods are underwater.
The 24/7 streaming news source from ABC News.
There goes.
Imagine breaking news, live events as they happen, streaming live, non-stop, straight to you. Imagine instant, incredible access to the most compelling live video.
That's a grenade.
Original, on the edge, breakthrough storytelling from ABC News, National Geographic, ESPN, all the most innovative storytellers, all designed differently for you to stream straight to any screen whenever you want, free. And imagine the most celebrated, epic live events and moments,
This is live?
all playing out right before your eyes.
See those flames behind me?
Go
We're
there
trying to
now.
put this fire out right
With
now.
ABC News Live. Think of it as your live streaming adrenaline rush.
Just look at all of the smoke here.
Real, raw,
Welcome to the
live.
Columbus Zoo.
No matter where the next step takes us, we're taking it.
Wow. That's what first responders were worried about.
And go deeper inside the groundbreaking exclusives from the campaign trail only ABC News gets. Behind the scenes, exclusive access.
Take you inside for an extraordinary tour here at ABC News Live. This is it.
It's time to go there, be there, experience it, live on the scene. Maybe that's why, in just 1 year, ABC News Live is already America's #1 live streaming news. And imagine this, it's free.
Wow.
Watch ABC News Live right now and anytime, streaming on Roku, Hulu, Facebook, and abcnews.com. It's that easy to go there. ABC News Live.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kimberly Brooks, and you're watching ABC News Live. And I want to tell you about this incredible experience I had attending this legendary exclusive all-white party. It's called Dinner en Blanc. It's French-inspired. It's a pop-up dinner that has become a global phenomenon. So this year alone, 130,000 people will participate in 80 cities across 30 countries. The dinner happens in these iconic public spaces, but the location is secret. It's not revealed until the night of. So take a look in my VIP experience, getting to this beautiful event, and then see what happened after. ABC News Live got an exclusive with the other VIP guests, and we're here at the Sofitel Hotel for a wine tasting with the wine partner Chateau Ste. Michelle. Chateau Ste. Michelle is the official wine partner of Dinner en Blanc and have been in business for more than 50 years. Based out of Washington, head white winemaker David Rosenthal gave us an exclusive wine blending experience, combining the unique taste of their different Rieslings to make the perfect glass. But that was only a taste of what we had in store. What I'm about to do right now is completely epic. I'm going to this super exclusive all-white party that only happens once a year. And the thing is, I'm all dressed up, but I don't even know where I'm going because the location is not disclosed until the party begins. So this bus back here is with all of these VIP guests. You want to tag along? Let's go. The ride takes us through rush hour traffic in New York City towards our secret location. Okay, we just saw an entire group of people dressed in white with their tables and their friends, but still don't really know where we're going. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. We finally arrive at Rockefeller Park to have dinner with over 5,000 of our closest friends. Where is this again? You're videoing me, I'm videoing myself!
It's my 5th year of Dinner en Blanc.
Like, is this your first time?
It is.
It's all of your first time?
It's our first time.
We're together.
It's my 3rd year.
Your 3rd year. So you're like a veteran here.
There you go.
As VIPs, our host, Sofitel, hooked us up with a beautiful table and some amazing food.
We have some pate, some smoked duck, some saucisson sec, some lobster tail, and octopus carpaccio.
Casual.
Yes. Casual, you know.
Casual.
Very French and, of course, very Sofitel.
Yes. Most of the guests are invited by a group leader who organizes dinner, decor, and displays for their crew. This group went all out with a winter wonderland theme. Amazing. Did you guys have like a vision for what you wanted it to be?
So our theme is Winter Wonderland.
Okay.
Yeah. And we have like a whole lot of stuff. Like we have a train set. We got like a whole thing. It's a little. We're getting it together.
Now that everyone is ready to go, the dinner officially begins with the waving of the napkins. And then it's time to kick back and enjoy some music and entertainment. This is amazing. Right now, there's Broadway stars performing just literally like 2 feet away, just belting their lungs out. It's incredible. A truly magical evening that was about to take a turn. The evening's been amazing, but it might actually be the end because you see me holding an umbrella. It started thunderstorming, so it might be finishing early, but I think the night was a success anyway, and most importantly, I kept my dress clean. The heavens opened up and we ran for it. Oh my God, crazy! Our interview unfortunately got cut short with Sandy Safi, the co-founder of New York's event, when the lightning began. Sandy, I didn't expect that we were going to have the interview like this. Clearly we're at the end of the celebration, but you say rain or shine, right? People came out, they had a good time for how long it lasted.
They came prepared. Everybody had their umbrellas and everybody was ready for a bit of rain. But unfortunately, there's lightning right near our venue within a half-mile range apparently. So for security measures, from my understanding, the city is asking us to shut it down.
Yeah, the wind is getting pretty strong, but this was my first time here. I have to say you guys did an incredible job. Everyone's prepared with their umbrellas.
They are prepared.
Yeah, so
those umbrellas popped out, but it's the lightning issue.
Yeah, and I see it right now. So thank you for an incredible evening. It was great. You guys did a good job. I hope you're still proud of yourselves. It was incredible.
Well, I just want to make sure that everybody gets out of here safely.
Yes. But that didn't stop the dinner guests from moving their party from the park to the streets. An evening surely none of us will ever forget. Kimberly Brooks for ABC News Live in New York.
Good morning, I'm Whit Johnson, and here are the top 5 things you need to know this morning. Number 1, a deadly shooting rampage in Dayton, Ohio. 9 people killed, more than 20 injured when a shooter opened fire in the city's busy Oregon nightlife district. Officers quickly closed in as the gunman unleashed a barrage of bullets. The gunman was shot dead by police. The FBI is on the ground assisting Dayton police as they work to unravel this deadly shooting rampage. Number 2, 20 people were killed and another 26 injured when a young man with an assault-style rifle stormed a busy Walmart. The suspected gunman is in police custody. El Paso police say authorities are examining a manifesto they believe was written by the shooter and shows a possible, quote, nexus to a hate crime. Law enforcement sources also telling ABC News the suspect said he wanted to shoot as many Mexicans as possible. Number 3, Democratic Congressman Elijah Cummings going to bat for Baltimore after a series of disparaging tweets from President Trump. The president called the city Cummings represents a rat and rodent-infested mess. In his first public remarks since that post, Cummings said he doesn't have time for those who criticize the city and wants to hear from people willing to help make the community better. Number 4, the Philly fanatic on the brink of becoming a free agent. The belly-dancing, trash-talking baseball mascot now at the center of a copyright fight. A lawsuit filed by the Phillies says the firm that helped create the fanatic is demanding millions of dollars and threatening to shop him elsewhere if the team doesn't pay up. The Phillies claim a 1984 copyright agreement gave them the rights to the fanatic forever. And number 5, happy birthday to Duchess Meghan. The Duchess of Sussex celebrating her 38th birthday. And first as a mom, Meghan, Prince Harry, and baby Archie believed to be celebrating at home, a quiet day at Frogmore Cottage on the Windsor estate. Check out the ABC News app for trending stories with your 5 things to know. I'm Whit Johnson. Have a great day.
Today on Sea Rescue, a special episode dedicated to saving precious young lives. 3 newborn harbor seal pups orphaned and starving. 2 tiny turtles injured and barely alive. A baby beaver, the sole survivor of an attack by a predator.
It was just a miracle that they found her.
And the heartwarming story of a little sea lion pup with an eye injury. No! All these infants had a rough start in life and all need help. Join us for